Hello Virgo, my name is Alison and you are with Healing Dove Tarot. Virgo, slightly different format this week. Recently someone left a comment about accusing me of being fake because I didn't shuffle on camera. Now, those that have been with me from the beginning know that I used to record everything, the invocation, calling in spirit, shuffling cards, but it ended up being really long. And to be honest, you know, for the personal readings that I have done, some of them blow out to an hour and a half, 2 hours because of this process. Because unlike other readers, my method, not that there's any right or wrong, is that I don't split the deck in half, in thirds, and then take the top. I actually try and shuffle for every single card. And so it was making the videos really long, and I decided to stop doing that on camera. Now, what really bothered me about this message was not that it was, you know, a personal attack at me. I know my truth. I know who I am as a psychic intuitive. But more importantly, that when you post something like that so flippantly, it actually takes into account every single person that has resonated and liked with that video. And more importantly, every single person that resonates and likes my content on this channel. I'm trying to create a community of people that feel safe in being vulnerable and talking about some of the most deepest challenges in life. And the last thing that anyone needs is someone coming in there and giving them doubt into what I'm telling them and what Spirit's telling them is not true. So, although I loathe giving credence or any airtime to negativity and negative comments, I will always defend my community. And in doing so, this week, I am going to do the whole process on camera. Now, for those that find it too long, do me a favor, go find the post. I've pinned it. It's on the Capricorn Weekly reading last week. Thank the person if you find this too long. And for those that like the process and actually want to see me shuffle on camera, you can do the same, go thank them. I will be setting up a poll in the community so you can let me know which way you prefer, which format, and we can go from there. But anyway, let's get straight into your reading, Virgo, because I'm very curious to see how it flowed on from last week. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Virgo in love from the 10th of December to the 16th December. Please let me know what they need to know, not what they need to hear. I call upon Archangel Michael for support and guidance. I call upon Archangel Raphael for healing. And lastly, Eddie, my spirit guide. Are you ready to rock and roll? Let's do this. Eddie's the white dove, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. There's too many Eddie, but I'm going to take this one because it stood out. A couple more, thank you. Nice. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. And there we have it. All right. So you start off this week with the Three of Wands, okay? Three of Wands speaks about, you know, it's almost the Four. It's almost putting down your foundation. It's creativity. It's, they say, waiting for your ships to come in. There's no bloody ship on this card, thankfully. Love these illustrations. But in this, you can kind of see like a chaos of, kind of almost looks like a city or a world that's put into chaos, right? It's waiting for things that you've put out there, the decisions that you've made to manifest. In love, the way that I see this card is really, the wands can symbolize all different things. They can symbolize your past, your present, and your future. They can talk about, you know, creativity when it comes to work. And I think, Virgo, I've picked up that there's potentially something going on for work for a few of you. Now, the Three of Wands coupled with the Eight of Wands as you start off this period, for me, speaks about communication, about building something new. Now, you've got the Eight of Wands coupled with the Five of Cups, okay? So don't shoot me, I am just the messenger and I'm going to call it as I see it. But the Eight of Wands speaks about fast-moving communication energy, okay? It's wands again, but this is kind of like a card that in modern day we speak about, you know, text messages, stuff on social media, backwards and forwards, ping, 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 that kind of environment. Five of Cups, you would have seen that before. You know, if you follow tarot a lot, can speak about depression, melancholy. It can also speak about having your heart broken and literally feeling a little bit low when it comes to love. It is coupled with the Six of Swords. So Virgo, I don't know if potentially you're communicating with someone about moving on. Look, I'm always loath to say this with the Three of Cups because, you know, you don't have the Three of Swords here. But for some of you, for a very small group of you, this is not for everyone, it is a general reading. But I feel like for some of you, you're moving on from one relationship to another or towards another. Maybe you haven't quite opened yourself up, you're just communicating and talking at this stage. But maybe you're walking away from a commitment. Because in the Five of Cups, one of the illustrations in traditional tarot shows 3 cups that are upright and 2 that are spilt, right? So it's showing, you know, don't cry over spilt milk, you've still got 2 full cups type thing. I mean, if anyone spilt my wine, I'd be devastated. I'd be like, you spilled 3 cups of my wine. Are you replacing that bottle or what? I don't know where that came from. But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's saying, don't fret. You haven't lost everything. You've still got 2 cups that are upright. You've still got 2 really great opportunities. And in this card, what I like about the illustrations is there's the hand coming up showing this cup full of fire and then the new cup of love that you could give it to, right? 5 of Cups meaning letting go of the past and building a new 2 of Cups. Now, the way that it's fallen out is like this. It's literally, you've got the 8 of Wands and communication. So moving on, the 6 of Wands speaks about moving on to calmer waters, and you've got the 5 of Cups. They kind of flew out, you know, all together like this, trying to communicate on how it's going to be for you. Interestingly, Virgo, I feel like some of you are communicating about ending a commitment, okay? And you're moving on. And this is what this card is showing for me. The way it's laid out in the center for me, at the heart of the reading, you have the 3 of Cups. So it could be that you're moving on from having 3 people in your life and you are just now choosing one. And I say that there could be a third-party situation or 3 people involved because I have the 7 of Swords here, okay? The 7 of Swords is a little bit of sneaky behavior. And if you have a look at how these cards are laid out here, let me just arrange them for you. You've got, like, the Swords of Truth here, 5 swords, right? And this guy's moving away with 2 of them, heading towards this 3 of Cups situation, and then moving on to this 6 of Swords, like moving away. Do you see the transition there? So for me, what Spirit's telling me, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is that finally choosing just one cup to share with, you know, it's just the 2 of you rather than being this third-party situation. And in terms of signs, Virgo, you are showing up in your sign. I also have Leo showing up here, but that could just be representing strength. They're the only 2 that I'm getting, so I know that's not really helpful to a lot of you. But I do feel like for some of you it is that you're making a conscious choice. You've got 5 of Cups, you've got 3 of Cups. You know, you're taking your 2 cups, you're reducing this 3. For others of you, and as you're doing that, you know, as you get to the weekend, you've got the card of Strength here, and your card, the card of the Hermit or the Alien, which is in this deck, which is pretty cool. And then it's grounded by the 7 of Swords. So it's needing to make a choice. Some of you could be quite sneaky. And Virgos, whenever I read, if I haven't said this before, the energies interchange, okay? So it may not be you that's sneaky. It could be the other person. Sorry, crosswatchers. Or Virgo, you could be the one that's being sneaky, okay? There's some sort of sneaky energy here where it comes to a third party. Now, a third party situation doesn't always mean that there's 2 other people, that there's you and your romantic interest in someone else. It can mean a child. Okay, it can mean a parent, it could mean someone that's meddling. You know, cups are emotions, but we see them they can represent people, right? So I think it could be someone at work, and I've said this before, so it could be needing to make a choice between work, your relationship, and your other person. It could be between your boss, your relationship, your other person. However it is that it plays out for you, and do let me know because, as you know, I read all of the comments. But I feel like you're finally moving away from this tense situation and making a choice. You have the 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters, turning into the 7 of Swords, you know, leaving all the negativity behind, taking your 2 swords and moving on, and then the 2 of Wands. What's really interesting is that you start off the week as I'm reading this for you, with the Three of Wands, and then you end next week with the Two of Wands. So do you remember what I was saying about, you know, the Five of Cups down to 2, the Three of Cups down to 2? You're leaving something behind and going on a new path, Virgo. Now, again, for couples that are in happy, committed couples, it may not be that there's a whole other person. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't have the Three of Swords. I don't have any of the other cards of deceit. I do have the Seven of Swords here, and I will call that. And I do have the Five of Cups. So, you know, that's not a great energy, that combination, but they're not together. Okay, and this for me is the beginning of the week. This for me is the weekend. That's how I do this spread. This is my own spread, and this shows me your central energy. I really feel like, Virgo, you're either juggling between your love interest at work and trying to find the balance between the two, and it could be becoming too much mentally and you're needing to move on, or you're juggling between, you know, your wife, your child and yourself, or whatever it is. Okay, I don't see it as being someone's cheating on someone else. For a small number of you it might be. But in the beginning of the week, just to summarize, you're communicating and making a decision about moving on, so it's not in this chaotic energy. As you get to the weekend, you've got the strength that backs up your decision, so you may not have made it yet, but I feel like you do when it comes to the weekend. And this is your fast exit. Exit left, do not pass go, do not collect $200, and wanting to forge a new path. And look, for those that are cross-watching and at the mercy of a Virgo, you know, in any situation like this, whenever there's, you know, more than one person in a relationship, whether that be an actual another physical romantic interest or a child or a family or something else, I think the invitation there is just to be very patient as you can. Try and not meddle too much. I'm just looking at your past energy to see if I can get any more context. Yeah. You know, because the past week you've got the Hanged Man, you've got the Seven of Cups, kind of needing to make a decision, having a lot of offers, choosing one, Ace of Cups, Five of Wands, needing to defend yourself, and then coming into the Three of Wands. So there's all of this passion and energy around you, Virgo, as you try and figure out what you're going to do, who you're going to choose. And, you know, true love, you should never have to choose for true love. It should all be able to work in harmony. And it comes from being honest. And that's what I said in your reading last week. It's, you know, honesty is needed here. That's what you needed to kind of bring to the table in order to manifest your truth. And I feel like in this situation, however it plays out, I've given you so many different scenarios, it's kind of that same theme. And what I mean is, you need to be honest with yourself, Virgo. What makes you happy? What brings you happiness? Just try not to be a dick about it, okay? If you are exiting someone's life, try and have some decorum about how you give that message. Additional guidance, please, for Virgo singles in love from the 10th to the 16th of December. 10th to 16th of December, Virgo singles. 2 cards, Virgos. You've got the card of flow and manifest. Really cool. So Wheel of Fortune and the Magician right on the Six of Swords. That's what you're moving towards, Virgo. I love this for you. That's really nice. I think next week is going to be an interesting week for you. Additional guidance for couples. There it is. Treasure Island. Beautiful. Yeah, see, couples, this is what I mean when I'm saying, you know, I don't necessarily mean it's like another person interfering, like a third party, like someone's cheating. Treasure Island speaks about harmonious and happy family, and I feel like that's what your person's working towards. If you're watching for your Virgo partner, or if you're a Virgo watching for your partner and you're just feeling the weight of the world at the moment with all your responsibilities, just know that this beautiful, abundant week is coming for you next week. I know, not this week, but hang in there. It's coming next week, all right? You're like, yeah, Ali, that really helps. Okay, so flow. Such a nice card. Keywords: attract, Expect release, serendipity, cycles, and expansion. And at the moment, we have Jupiter in Sagittarius in its home sign. So the wheel's been coming up for a lot of people. The energies around you at this time are positive and driving you forward. Let yourself flow with these energies and put them to good use. This is an opportune time to attract your heart's desires. Do you want more love, peace, or greater understanding? Is your heart calling out for a new relationship? Does the current relationship need improvement? Focus on your desires and allow them to manifest by expecting them to. And then you have the card of manifest. How cool is that? All right, let me read for you. Keywords: act, create, focus, magic, clarity, and intent. And it goes on to say, this is a time of great power for you. The manifest card is here to tell you that anything is possible. You have all the tools at your disposal to create whatever you desire. You have a variety of tools that can be put to good use. The ability to love unconditionally, to support, to cherish, to listen, to understand, to forgive, and to be kind. All of these tools are in managing affairs of the heart. Take some time to determine what your best tools are so that you can use them to work your own unique brand of magic around relationships. Beautiful Virgo singles. You know, it's all about that having faith and trust in the universe that they're going to bring you what you desire. And if it is for you about really having strength and letting go potentially of connections that are no longer serving you, right? Of actually doing that last little bit of release before we get to the Cancer full moon on the 22nd, then that's what you need to do so that you can manifest the true love that you so desire, that unconditional love that you want. Couples, however, it's here, right? And if work and everything else is getting too much, just remember to come back to your base, come back to your partner. The key meanings of this card are law of attraction. I love when the couples and the singles are similar. You know, that's the Wheel of Fortune, law of attraction, manifestation. Law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if of nowhere. Your relationship is a treasure, providing you even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Beautiful reading, Virgo. I really enjoyed doing that for you, and I'm curious to see what the individual stories are. So if you feel so inclined, write in the comments below. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next week. Thank you. Take care.